that is our theme today. I'm Craig Lee.
I'm Robb McGee.
And welcome to Real Talk with Robb and Craig on Thursday. Today is the 19th of January, 2023. And Robb?
Give it away. Give it away. Craig, this was...
Give it away now?
Give it away now. This was the thought you had, and so tell everybody watching what it means.
What it means to me to give it away is I'm going to steal a bunch of quotes from Ziglar, who is one of my all-time favorite people that I've ever listened to. I got a chance, we got to see him years ago.
Yeah.
And
anybody out there, if you've ever seen Zig Ziglar or read his books or quotes or anything, you know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
He was a great guy.
So the way you get what you want out of life is by giving and helping other people get what they want out of life. The more success you have is by success through others. And so that's what I mean by giving it away. We're going to start with the dad jokes, and then we're going to go through a whole list of stuff that I think will be fun and exciting for everyone.
I hope you don't mind. I'm stealing your dad joke.
Okay.
I hope you weren't going to tell it because I thought it was funny.
So that's okay.
Well, a little 4-year-old boy walks up to his dad and says, "Daddy, would you put on my shoes?" And his dad says, "Well, I would, but I don't think they'll fit me."
Wow. Yeah, I'm glad I don't remember that.
I thought it was funny.
So my joke, of course, I steal from Pastor Joel. And Adam says to God, we're going back to the Adam and Eve days, and Adam says to God, God, I'm really lonely. And God says, well, you know what? I could make you a woman, but it's going to cost you an arm and a leg. And the rest is history.
Because
he just got
what was a rib. Yeah.
So that's our dad jokes. I can't read with glasses on. I can't see without them.
That's a bad combo. Can't read with them, can't see without them.
Yeah. So one of the things about giving stuff away is knowledge. Knowledge not shared is knowledge wasted. And that's true with about everything. It starts when you're in preschool and goes hopefully until the day you go to see the Lord. By that, you should be open to looking at everything in life as an opportunity opposed to an obstacle.
Yeah.
It's hard for all of us. It's hard to look at something in the market that we're in. And just to give you some statistics, 35% of all loan officers across America did not renew their license for this year.
That's an amazing statistic.
Yeah.
You got 3 people standing in front of you that were licensed loan officers. One of them went away.
Yeah.
One of them just opted, I'm out, I'm done.
So going to something that has always been taught to me for 25 plus years is live by the rate, you're going to die by the rate. And what do we mean by that? Well, there's some companies that open up just for the refi boom. So every 10 years you hear about Johnny Walker's intoxicating mortgages. I don't know. I just made that up.
That's pretty good.
And then they shut down. If you're old like we are, you got to go through the mass exodus of huge companies back 20 years ago, and well, it's not been really 20, it's about 17 years ago.
Yeah.
But
you make a really good point. They come in, they take a bunch of money from people, and then they're gone. So what do you if you went to one of those companies? Who do you contact if you have a question about your servicing? Who do you contact if you have a question for your loan officer about what was deductible in my refinance? What can I do in the future? I have this future plan. What do I do about it? There's nobody to talk to because they're gone. He's starting his 24th year in mortgage this year. I'm starting my 23rd. We've been here. We're going to be here. People call us all the time to ask us questions and get advice and get guidance, and we love it. And it's a good cautionary tale. Sorry, I'm interrupting.
No, that's perfect. So it ties into everything. What we're looking at is last week there was a major bank that put out there they're going to have a huge amount of layoffs in their mortgage department. They're going to back off on their servicing of loans. And then all of a sudden, this week comes out what? Tell them.
They were assessed, and we won't say who it is, but they do operate in a covered wagon. But they were assessed a $3.7 billion fine.
Did you say billion?
Billion with a B.
Wow.
And 2 billion of those funds are going directly back to their clients. Do you know why? Because they used deceptive practices. They did not represent the products correctly. They got people to sign up for things they didn't know they were signing up for. And the Fed stepped in and said, you can't do it. $2 billion back to customers, and $1.7 billion is going to the regulatory commission as a fine, as a penalty. And I don't care how big you are or how pretty your wagon is, you're going to feel $3.7 billion. And that's what happens when you're doing things the wrong way.
Yep.
When you're trying to get clients with deception or misinformation, you're putting people into products they shouldn't be in, you're not giving them the whole story. This is the cost of that.
I think that ties right into we had a decent year last year, but yet we lost money in this office. Mm-hmm. One of the things when we came to Gold Financial Services 4 years ago, we were making money for the companies that we were with before this. But when we came over, we said we want to make the company money. We want to bring true value to the consumer. And how do we do that? We control our expenses. We've worked with people who have if we put enough people in this huge, beautiful office, then success will come. Well, that's not success. That's not a system for success. It's a system for failure. If you want to know what we pay in rent, we pay $1,500 a month. And
how long did we shop for that? How long did we look for a place that we could keep our overhead
Truly,
low?
it was years.
Years.
It was years until I'm just going to say this because it's God's honest truth. Rob and I sit down and we prayed and we looked for two things. We looked for a place that we could have an office that was a decent place for $1,500, believe it or not. That was
the figure we had. Mm-hmm.
And we wanted a processor. Guess what we got? The same day that we made that prayer request. And the office is literally across the parking lot from where we were for 4 years.
And we never saw it.
No, never even paid attention to it. I make one phone call after we make that request to the Lord, and here we are. The same day, I reach out to Jim Massey.
Yep.
Thank you, Jim. That's a little plug for you. And Janet is the woman version of me. She is aggressive. She's
shaking her head,
but it's true.
But it is.
She's not great.
She has urgency.
Yeah.
She's organized. She has follow up. She gets things done.
She's receptive to change, which it's hard. And I asked Janet if I could talk about some of this before, and she gave me her permission. When we got Janet, we sat down with her and said, okay, our performance shows that we're going to close about 9 loans a month. And we had, when you change companies, we started off profitable, thankfully. But all of a sudden, a few months later, I'm saying, okay, Janet, I need you to look, and we're going to start doing 15 loans. And Janet is a prideful person who takes pride in what she does and works hard. Mm-hmm. She was doing things that were above and beyond the call of duty. And she started crying to me, and which is hard for me because I love Janet. But I said, you could do it. You can do it. Because I could see what she's doing. I asked her to do something one day, and she said, okay, what am I going to do with the other 5.5 hours when I'm done with that? Which, that, by the way, was 4 years ago, over 4 years ago this month. And I don't let her forget it because she's the one who said it, and it was great. And you know what? She went from doing whatever we were doing when we started to 25 loans a month.
She told us she couldn't do it.
She couldn't do it.
We were loading her up. It was busy. Rates were low. This office was churning along. And Janet was like, I can't do it. That's too much. And what did you tell her?
Oh, yeah, you can.
You can do it.
And so
And what did she do?
She did it.
Yeah.
She did it. A couple other things. I know I'm super excited about this because a lot of stuff has happened in my personal life and is still happening. And this fires me up because I'm gonna face everything the only way I know how, and that's 150%, which is not always great. It's my OCD kicking in. But Janet had a beautiful little car that she had, and when we first got here, she said, "Oh, I love my car. I'm gonna keep it forever." Then she goes, and gets to get a beautiful new SUV.
Really nice.
Yeah.
Loaded.
She says, I'm never going to buy another house. You know, the housing market wasn't for me. I'm going to just rent. That's what I'm comfortable with. Do you hear what the word I'm using? Comfortable with. So that's what I'm going to do. Guess what she did? Was it 2 years ago or 3?
21.
Okay, so 2 years.
2 years. Mm-hmm.
She buys a new house by herself with no one else on it. If that is not us feeling success, I don't know what is. Helping someone else achieve their dreams and goals that they can't even see. They can't even see. And how do you do it? Well, you help other people get theirs. I asked Rob years ago, tell a story about the curls.
Craig had an idea. He set a goal. He wanted to be curling 50-pound free dumbbell weights by his 50th birthday. Now, anybody who lifts weights, if you've ever curled 50 pounds, that doesn't happen overnight. It's not an easy task. He said, I want to do that. Will you do it with me? And my first thing I said to him was, I can't curl 50 pounds. I could do 20. I could do 25. I can't do 50. Craig said, yes, you can. I was like, how? How do we curl 50 pounds? In stages. And it took us months. And we went up 5 pounds a week. Yes, started at 20, then 25, then 30, then 35. By his 50th birthday, we were curling 50-pound dumbbells in reps. And I didn't think we could get there. But he laid out a plan, and we
did it.
Yeah.
Also, that same year, which is going back over 5 years because it was on my 50th birthday, I started doing push-ups. And I said, Rob, I want you to do 100 push-ups a day. And Rob said,
I can't do 100 push-ups.
And for 5 years, Rob's been doing
100 push-ups.
So we do them Monday through Friday. You know, we all do our own thing. Whatever it is in life that you don't think you can do, find somebody who believes.
How many are you doing a day?
I'm doing more. There's other people that believe what you can do, and sometimes you need to hear it. Sometimes you just need a kick in the butt. And that's just the cold, hard facts, and I'm one of those people. I need a kick in the butt. And sometimes I give kicks in the butts when they don't need it. And I apologize for that, but I don't apologize for helping people go above and beyond what they've ever dreamed of that they could do. Because you know what? In turn, we have reached Mike Goldman. I can't say thank you enough. I'm not kissing your butt. I'm kissing your feet because, man, when we came on board, I still will say this. You said we do one thing, we close loans. That's what we care about. And you know what? The people, that's our part of it. We care about the people, we care about the loan, we care about the product we're putting you in, and that's what we're going to continue to do until we do retire. Rent, I'm going to change this, and we're going to go back to the market because it's important. Rent in Washington and across America in some places has gone up 29%. You can Google it, you can look it up, that's all I do. 29%. We talked to a lady yesterday. We had lunch in Stillicum. I'm not going to say the place and I'm not going to say the person, but the waitress was paying $2,100 in rent.
For a 2-bedroom, by her own description, ugly, lousy apartment.
$2,100. You know why? Because she's paying the payment for somebody else, and she's paying their insurance, she's paying their taxes. And you know what they're doing? They're putting that equity right here in their pocket, guys. So if you don't think that you can afford to buy, you're wrong. Maybe not right now. Maybe you need some work on your credit. Maybe you need to get a second job for a period of time.
We'll help
you can do it. You can do whatever you set your mind to. Sorry, guys, I can't read. I also want to say thank you. Thank you for watching this. I know that yesterday we finally got Brenda Kelley to go back and start doing Afternoon Delight.
Hi, Brenda. She made us dance.
Yeah. Nobody wants to see that. I can't imagine.
We're idiots, but we do
500 and plus pounds.
We do it for her.
Yeah. But she is such a wonderful person. And I'm going to just sing her praises for a second because she just closed on a loan for one of her clients that we referred over to her. Now, this client had gone into some hard times and wasn't going to be able to keep the house. She comes in, sells the house, so she pays off all of her bad debt for the house.
Yeah.
She waived her commission. You can't stay in business if you're just giving everything away. But you know what she did? In addition to that, she paid $1,600 to get the place cleaned up. Why did she do that? Well, she did it because it was the right thing for her to do. And you know what? The client at first didn't seem like that was enough. And we're sitting there going, not enough. You're losing $1,600 on this transaction. And she did it because she cares about people. She loves people, and she's a great agent. So when you help enough people get what they want, you can help those to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Sometimes it's not the light that we want to see, but it's usually a better road that we're going down to get there. I know that's a plug for somebody that changed our lives 7 years ago.
It's a plug for a great person that we would recommend to anybody we talk to. We work with several great agents. She is one that we would have no problem recommending her to anybody, friends, family, anybody.
Yeah. So. In the market here in Gig Harbor, Washington, active listings, 167. 167 listings. That is an increase that is, I can't even tell you. There used to be signs on this one real estate place out to our house that said, we need listings. They took that sign down. Yeah. There's 17 transactions pending. And so far this year, in the second week of 2023, in Gig Harbor, 12 homes has been sold. The average price per square foot, get this, $412. It blows me away. What you want to look at is 1,000 square foot condo or townhouse or house is $412,000. Come on, to me, that's a little high. So you know what the market's doing with these 47 days on the market, and we talked about this yesterday. It's rebalancing out where we should be. It's
kind of a more normalized market.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I don't understand all the let me jack up inflation and let me push these rates through the roof and all that. I'm learning it. I've never really understood it. And one of the things that I've been notorious for doing, whether I was in managing jewelry stores or in mortgages, I put the blinders on. I turn off the news. I don't want to listen to hate, and the world is coming to an end, because you know what? I've heard that most of my life, and I decided years ago that's not who I want to be.
It's also negative.
It's very negative, and I get that that's what sells. But you know what else sells? Is positivity, believing in yourself. Why is Tony Robbins a multi-billionaire? Why? Because he's trying to help more people see that they can do things that they probably didn't feel that they could. I'm going to ask something, and it's not from us. It's from Robb. Got it from our coach, Brad Roche. I'm going to let you read his what we're asking for help for this year.
Where are you?
It's right here.
Oh, I can never read his writing.
Oh, my writing's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you mind introducing me to the people you care about who may need a mortgage this year? We want to help more people. We know the market is challenged. We are of the belief that it's a great time to purchase. Rates are not crazy high. They're higher than we were used to. But you know what? They've come down a little bit since the highs in October. Yeah. It's a good time to buy. If you have a friend or family member that you want to be treated well, that will be put into the right program and taken care of, we will do that. Would you mind introducing us to those people you care about in your life that we could help with the mortgage? That's our mantra this year.
I think it's great. We sent out an email yesterday to Mike Goldman and Brad Roche, and we said, critique this. I'm a very thin-skinned person that I didn't think I was, but I am. One of the things that happened 4 years ago, I did a commercial. It was on Facebook. It's on YouTube. And Josh, I can't say his last name very well.
Wiersma.
Who is our videographer. We hired him again for the show. He basically put this concept that I come up with in my head together, and it ended up being great. Then all of a sudden, the very first moment it comes out, Robb gets a call from one of our realtors. Says, "I hope Craig won't mind, but I want to just make a suggestion." And at first, I'm like, "What?"
This was perfect.
Yeah, but then it hit me. What do I really want out of this? I want people to see it. That's what he did. I took his advice. MD, thank you for that. I learned right then. MD taught me a lesson. Listen, he's trying to help me. Let my guard down, be receptive to it. And that's what we did yesterday. And Mike Goldman, thank you for your response. And Brad, we love you. Generation X, Z, we're in Generation Z now. If you want to sell to them, you got to have 63% of them on TikTok every single day. 57% of them are on Instagram. 54% are on Snapchat, which I'm not on any of those. And that's something that we need help with. We've said it before. If you have somebody or know somebody who could help us with our social media stuff, and yes, Ronald Lynn and Louise, they're great. All those people are great. But we need help too, and we don't want to harass them all the time. So that's something we would love to help us with, because we're old, and I'm old.
You need to have a 16-year-old.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. Guys, I know I'm over the top today, and if I've offended anyone by my demeanor, I apologize that I don't apologize, because I'm excited for these opportunities that life is presenting to us. You can just say a kind word about someone as easy as you can say something negative, and the difference will be you'll have somebody who loves you, or you'll have somebody who hopes they never see you again. So that's kind of where I'm trying to head my life, in a better, positive, more aggressive direction, in a positive way, because I am a very aggressive person. My OCD has kicked in. 16 hours polishing on my chopper this weekend, and I loved every minute of it, because I was lazy and laying on my back. But blasting the music too. So that's all I got.
I got something.
Go ahead.
I'll make this fast because we're a little bit over. But Joel Comp, one of our leaders here at Gold Financial Services, watched our video last week, and we were giving some advice about taking out home equity lines or doing a cash out refinance and the tax deductibility of that interest. And he corrected us on something, and we wanted to make sure you knew. Yes, the interest on mortgages is fully tax deductible on a purchase, and it can be fully tax deductible on a cash out refinance. But the IRS rules state that the money you take out must be used for home improvement. Then it's a fully deductible expense. We had said, hey, you can pay off debt, you can go on vacation. There's a lot you can do that. You can do anything you want with the cash you take out on a home equity cash out refinance. But we wanted to make sure we corrected that. That portion of your interest is not deductible according to IRS rules if it was not used for home improvement. And I wanted to thank Joel for calling us and giving us, he educated us. I was not aware of that. And so thank you, Joel. And we just want to make sure that we were giving you the right information.
I think that's awesome.
That's it.
And I apologize. That was me that said that. There's more to that.
Oh, I didn't know.
But I was the one who will tell you, you know what you should do on your taxes is talk to your tax person.
Yeah, talk to an accountant. Yeah, we're not accountants.
You know what? I also want to say thank you to Roy Covey for just being there, and Jim Corey and Ken Molman. I'm saying thank you to them because I've leaned on them a lot over the last couple weeks, and they have done nothing but just try and embrace me and help me through it, as well as this guy who's done it for 30 years. So I feel bad for him. I'm Craig Lee.
I'm Robb McGee.
That's Janet Roberts, and this is Real Talk. Thank you for watching Real Talk with Robb and Craig.